On a bonus episode of the Pure Screen Gems podcast, I gave you my thoughts and first reactions on Denis Villeneuve's newest movie, Dune Part 2, and reviewed the movie spoiler free. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a bonus episode of Pure Screen Gems podcast. I'm Andre, and I'm flying solo this time with a movie review of Dune Part 2, a visually and thrilling movie by Denis Villeneuve. And does this live up to the social media hype reactions we've been hearing and seeing for the last couple of weeks? Absolutely. This movie has met and surpassed my expectations. I have never seen a movie done these kinds of visuals that have just blown me away. This is nothing short of an absolute masterpiece of a movie. Denis Villeneuve gives a masterclass in directing, storytelling, and character development. This is his fourth science fiction film to date, and they're all great movies. To date, Arrival, Blade Runner 2049, and of course Dune Part 1 and 2 are all great movies, in my opinion, of course. This is why I go to the movie theater to see movies that give me an experience. This is the most immersive film I've ever experienced in a very, very long time. It is a monumental cinematic achievement of a generation. Timothée Chalamet ups his game in this continuation of the first Dune movie. I've honestly never seen him act so intensely before. The addition of Florence Pugh, Christopher Walken, and Austin Butler are a wonderful addition to the cast. Florence Pugh as the princess gives a certain regal to the movie. Christopher Walken as the Emperor gives a bit of authority that was just heard but not seen in the first movie. But Austin Butler? No, that's another story. Whenever Austin Butler's character came on screen, he just sends chills up my spine. That's how good of a performance he gave. This is a movie that exists only once in a generation's lifetime, and Dune Parts 1 and 2 belongs to this generation, whereas, and this is where I'm going to age myself, this is where, in my case, Star Wars was my generation, where the first original Star Wars, that was that movie that defined my generation. That was so defining that we didn't know what we were watching at that point. It was wow. That's why when we watch footage nowadays of those big lineups that we didn't know, we had never seen anything like it before. Well, this is how this is now. When you go see Dune Part 2, you're going to see something you've never seen before. No movie is for everybody, and this movie is no different. So if you saw the first one and you loved it, then you're going to love this one. If you like this one, then you're going to like it. But if you didn't like this, if you didn't like the first one, then don't go see this one. This is science fiction, but it's a highbrow science fiction. This is not popcorn. This is not popcorn movie in the sense that it's easy to understand or it's easy to go through, because this is almost a 3-hour movie. So it's a little hard to explain without spoiling anything. How can I say this? It's all I can say is it's so worth seeing on the big screen. And I mean, Zendaya obviously has so much more to do in this movie also, since she didn't have that much to do in the first. And Rebecca Ferguson, who has more of a central role now that Oscar Isaac isn't in the picture, obviously, if you've seen the first movie. But when I said that this is the movie of a generation, how lucky am I to have seen the original Star Wars trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and now Dune Parts 1 and 2, and most likely the upcoming Dune Messiah, which we'll probably be getting in a few years from Denis Villeneuve. That is quite an achievement to have all those grand spectacles in those time periods and all those decades. I feel so lucky to have seen all of those movies and then some. I'm just thinking off the top of my head right now. I could think of more, but it's so I'm still reeling from this movie. I just saw this last night and I'm still thinking, wow, my mind is still blown. So I do encourage you to go see this movie. Right now, on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie is still going strong at an audience score of 95% and a critic's score at 94%. So the audience and the critics both pretty much agree that this is worth seeing on the best and biggest screen that you can find. So I do encourage you to go see this movie. It's worth taking the time and going to go see it and spending the money, because you will not regret seeing this. And the choreography in this movie, how fast. And if you do go see how fast they do it, I haven't seen something done so fast. It was, oh my god. Oh. Anyways, that's pretty much my review. I hope you do go see it. I hope this first review from Pure Screen Gems helps you make up your mind. So until next time, we'll see you. Bye.